Now y'all know, I just couldn't let my birthday pass without getting some new records. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Junior's Music Corner. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, I appreciate you for coming in. Alright, so it's been a minute since I uploaded a video. September. Shout out to all the Virgos. I did have a birthday this month. My birthday is September 4th. I'm still accepting gifts. If you're feeling generous, you can go ahead and tap that Cash App, SC June 803. Anyway, my birthday kind of gets overshadowed because I do share a birthday with Beyonce. But anyway, let's get into it. Got me some new records for my birthday because I just had to. So I want to share some of these records with you. Let's get into it, man. All right, so first up, I picked up a 12-inch of Xzibit's Paparazzi. Classic song. From the first time I heard it, that orchestra and then plus his lyrics were on point. I believe this was 96. And this has you got the clean version, you got the dirty version, you got the instrumental, which is dope. And you also got the acapella. Xzibit, I don't want to say is an underrated MC, dope MC. I guess he's been through some things in his career, but I was glad to pick this one up. So shout out to Xzibit, Paparazzi. All right, next up, I picked up Millie Jackson's Back to the Shit album. This is a live album. I'm a big fan of Millie Jackson, have been. Like I say, I was introduced to Millie Jackson on the Bratz, I want to say her third album. Millie Jackson is on the intro. And her rawness and that oomph that she's got. I dug more into her, and I've got most of Millie Jackson's album, but this was one that I did not have. This one is I would say kind of infamous for the album cover with her on the toilet. This is a live album. I have not listened to this album yet. I was lucky I found this one. I got it for a good deal, and I can cross that one off my list. So shout out Millie Jackson. Back to the shit. All right. Next up, I had to go with my boy. This is Heavy D's Peaceful Journey album. It's a generic sleeve. The guy didn't have a sleeve for it. I figure I can find another copy with, or maybe the vinyl isn't as good, and I can get it for cheap just to replace this cover. But for now, I'm cool with this. Peaceful Journey. This was the album that they released after T-Roy had passed from his fall, and this was a good album. Had some hits on it, and I am glad to add this to my Heavy D collection. I've got, I want to say, all of Heavy D and the Boys albums on vinyl now. We got 2 of Heavy's solo when he was just him. The Waterbed Have, and oh man, no, I can't think of it right now. But the Vibes album, which was only available on CD and digital, and then his last album, which was Love Opus, was only digital. If you've never heard that album, go check it out. It was Heavy's last art. It was his last piece of art, and it was a great album. I don't think it was promoted. I think I found it on a whim, but it's dope. R.I.P. Heavy D, one of my favorites. Glad to have this. All right, so one that I needed to add to my collection that I didn't have, and I was looking for. And I was lucky enough to find a sealed promo copy of DMX's Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. See that not for sale promo stamp. This is a sealed copy from 98. Nice copies of this album. OGs aren't, you can find them, but the prices are pretty hefty. And there's been a few re-releases or reissues of this album. One, there was like a clear with blood splatter vinyl, which sold out crazily. And there's one that's circulating now, but it's blood splatter, but it's a picture disc. And I didn't really want the picture disc. If that was the only choice I had, I would have went with it. But I was lucky enough to find this, and I actually got this cheaper than buying one of those reissues. So glad to have this. DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, promo sealed. So RPX. Glad I got this one too. This was a good birthday present. All right, next up, my boys, M1 and Stickman. This is Dead Prez. This is Turn Off the Radio mixtape volume 1.
Turn off the radio. Turn off that bullshit.
I do have this on CD, but a vinyl copy has been on my list for some time now. There was only a few people I knew that were selling the copy, and they wanted a little too much for me. But not too long after my birthday, there was an auction. This was up for auction on eBay, and I stuck it out and waited, and I picked it up for a nice price. This was part 1 of their mixtape series. You see, they were DPZ, but Dead Prez, they couldn't use the name due to some contractual issues with the label. But this was a dope album, compilation album, but true to fashion mixtape. So shout out M1, Stickman, Dead Prez. Turn off the radio, yeah. All right, the last one I'm going to show is a reggae album. People that know me know for some years I was into reggae super hard. Dancehall. I love it. I love it. I love it. And one of the artists that I was really digging during that time was Alborosie. And I have Alborosie's first album on vinyl. And I have his Revolution album on vinyl. But I was able to find this one, Escape from Babylon to the Kingdom of Zion, which is when this album first came out, it was called Escape from Babylon. And I don't know if the label felt he didn't have a single for the album. It was a great album all the way through, but I know they added 2 more songs and reissued this. They added Rubber Dub Style and Blue Movie Boo, and reissued it as Escape from Babylon to the Kingdom of Zion. But I found this one on a whim at a nice price, because they charging for this one a little more than I would pay. But I found this one. A guy out of New York had it and gave it to me for a nice price, and I gladly paid for it, and I'm glad I got it. Alborosie he's a reggae artist. Spent time in Jamaica, but he's Sicilian. And the first song I heard from Alborosie was oh my goodness.
Today, Junior?
I cannot. Herbalist. And it was actually on a reggae compilation album. And listening to that album, that song would play, and I would play that song over and over, and I loved it. And then one day I saw the video, and
20 pound of weed in a cheap black scandal bag.
I was like, it's like this guy, this is a white guy, and never would have known it from the voice, from the music. I guess in some ways you can't tell, but I was shocked. Then he's a Sicilian white guy at that, you know. But he makes great music, does a lot of production. Songs on point, roots heavy, and super glad to add this one to my collection. Shout out Alborosie, Pupa Albo. All right, last but not least, that's gonna wrap it up for the records that I got for my birthday. But I was lucky enough to be gifted a set of trivia cards. Anybody that knows me know I love trivia. Whatever kind of trivia it is, love to use my brain, you know. But when it comes to music and movie trivia, you better get your weight up, you know.
I am smart, much smarter than you.
I was lucky enough to be gifted a deck of Pull Your Card hip hop trivia questions by the creator. Creator's a guy named Harold Lee. If you haven't, he has a YouTube page called Top 5 Vinyl, where he interviews record collectors. Check it out, Top 5 Vinyl. I'll put a link in the description. And hey, if you want to participate and get interviewed, you can hit him up at top5vinyl@gmail.com. It's a great series. I've got an interview coming up one of these days. We've shot it, just waiting on it to be posted. But he actually created this game, and he gifted me a set, and actually showed up on my birthday, which was super dope. You know, like, what more can you ask for? But I was sent a main deck, and then he sent me a 90s hip hop edition deck as well. This, I have not gone into this one yet. I'm saving this one for something special. But me and my family, we did go into this, and I had to school them, if you don't know. But it's decent. It's a nice game. If you're into trivia, if you're into hip hop, you're into music, and you'll have a question. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. I'll read one. You have questions like, founders of the magazine The Source attended this university, and they'll give you choices: A, Columbia; B, Harvard; C, Howard; D, Morehouse. When we were playing, my wife was going against me, and I had the kids reading. I wasn't giving her a chance. I don't need no multiple choice. Like, I knew most of the answers. So, shout out Harold. Shout out Pull Your Card. Shout out Top 5 Vinyl. I appreciate it, truly. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for this one. Thanks for stopping in. I am June. This is my music corner, and I'll see you next time. Till then, peace.